that vision of DEI, Jay, for the purposes of getting people to feel like they belong so they can truly show up? Yes. What does that look like for you? What is it that you're trying to put into the future?
For me, I want us to be able to come together at work and feel safe. To me, it's as simple as that. I want you to be safe, and I want you to be seen. I want you to be heard, right? Tapping into your own voice is such a powerful thing, and it's something I really wish for everyone. You have something to say, you have something to contribute. I preached a sermon for Dr. King Day, and I'm a believer in God, and so I recognize some of the things that come out of my mouth and not me, it's God. And one of the things that, looking back on what I wrote and what I said, I was like, that is really brilliant, and I have to hold on to it for myself. And I wrote something along the lines of, we celebrate Dr. King's dream every year, and how important that is for us to remember that and to hold it in our consciousness in a present way, to think about the world around us. But also that Dr. King would tell us, it's your turn to dream, right? It's your turn to come up with what you think is really important to happen in the world. I spend a lot of time talking to people about the importance and the power of imagination. And as adults, we don't give ourselves permission to imagine what is possible. And I think if more of us spent some time daydreaming about what is possible, the world would just really be a better place.
So what's that look like for you? What does that imagination do for you, and what are you dreaming about? What's your dream?
I'm dreaming about representation. I'm dreaming about being able to walk into a business or to a workforce and see people that look like me, who are in leadership roles, who are running the company, who are doing such great work in the community. To me, that is my wild dream. I want corporations to think of themselves as citizens in the community. This is the place where you live and work and play and worship. And so one of my personal passions is helping organizations to do more good in the communities where they're planted, through sponsorships, through community service projects, throw a block party, in the middle of downtown, some of those things. That's my wild dream, is for us not to just be the ivory towers in the cities where we are, but to really be a center of the community and part of the hub for at least enabling community to happen. I'm a community builder by nature. I function best when I'm in community with people. I love being on a team. I love working with people on a team. It brings out the best in me. So that's my wild dream, which is really not all that wild, right? It's really not all that wild, but that's what I want for the world. And I'm really excited about the new administration in place now, because some of the things that have been really harmful for our community, the LGBTQ community, are being rolled back and eliminated. This whole notion of diversity training is un-American. That was one of the executives.
Yeah, we're not going to do it at the government.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was one of the 15 or so executive orders. I wasn't going to spend any time being upset about that, because I was like, that's just dumb.
Yeah, and everybody was like, what is this about? So I am hopeful that we'll get to this place of being able to embrace the full humanity in one another.